Next up on our series of videos that are gift-giving ideas for the Tesla owners in your life this holiday season, we're going to look at a set of door seals from EVBase. What we have here are a set of seals. Not that kind of seal. These are seals that are offered from EVBase. They are for our Tesla Model 3. They also have them for Tesla Model Y. They are for the doors and the A-pillar and the B-pillar and the frunk and the trunk. And we're going to put them onto our Tesla.
These are additional seals. They are not replacement seals for the seals that came with the car. We assume those are all in good enough condition. These are to just add a little bit extra layer there in the gaps of the door, the frunk and the trunk and the A-pillar and B-pillar, that sort of thing, so that it will do what?
It should cut down on noise. It should cut down on any water intrusion or anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and get these on the car. If you, by the end of this video, would like to purchase a set for yourself, the link is going to be down in the description to their listing on EVBase. And if you use the promo code SPINNER, you'll receive an additional 20% off of your purchase for any of these seals or anything you find on their website. Let's start getting them on the car.
Let's do it.
Now, this installation job is more of a be patient during the application and less of Hulk smash. And so Rachel is best suited for this installation. What do we got?
We got all of our things here. We have the instructions. We've laid out the different seals for the different areas. As you can see, they're very clearly labeled, so it's easy to know what to do when. And then it's got instructions there. The next thing I'm gonna do is just wipe down this area where the adhesive is going to stick. It's already clean because you cleaned it earlier, but we're just gonna wipe it down with some alcohol to make sure there's no extra residue or anything. This is the door seal for the right front door, which is the passenger side. I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna do a little test fit just to make sure it's the correct one. This 3M adhesive sometimes sticks to itself, so I'm just gonna make sure that's attached. This is the corner, so I'm going to want to put this thin side, looks like, I'll just go at the top or the bottom. How's that work? This looks like it goes here, and this goes here. They're extra long though. We discovered from the test fit that these lengths are a little bit longer, or in some cases, like significantly longer than they need to be, which we figure is just there for safety. We got some tools to cut it so that when we reach the end of where it needs to go, we can just cut the excess off. So now I'm going to begin removing this 3M sticker, or the sticker from that 3M tape, so that I can get it lined up really precisely here in the corner. Let's see. I think I want it just like that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my extra tape and start taking it off just a little bit at a time. And pressing it firmly to the door. You do want to go slowly on this, I think, because there are some, unusual angles and curves and things. So you want to make sure that you're just mirroring the shape of the door as closely as possible. So here we are right up there, and that is the end of where it'll go. So clearly we have excess. It's quite a bit in this case. Quite a lot of excess. And Luke is handing me these tools. I think I'm going to try the scissors first. There we go. And you have a little extra in case you need it for a special project. Once again, I'm just going to peel this off a little bit at a time. Press it in. Now this one seems to have a different shape. There's a lot more give to it, so I have to push harder to get it to actually attach. See that? Got a lot more give. It's more pillow shaped. It's not difficult. Just want to be slow and careful is all. And this tape is not impossible to readjust. If you make a mistake, you can gently peel it back and fix it. I think it probably becomes more firm or more permanent over time. Again, there is some excess, not nearly as much as there was on the top. So this is the B-pillar, which the B-pillar is actually part of the frame of the car, but we think what they actually mean here is the area near the B-pillar, which is actually attached to the rear door. This seems to fit really well, and that makes sense because the front door is going to close, and this is where you want the seal. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and peel this adhesive back here and start laying it along the edge of this door. Again, this is quite gushy, kind of pillowy feeling, so you have to push pretty firmly to get the backing of the tape to attach, or get to the tape that is on the back of this to attach to the metal. Again, this is quite a bit longer than it really needs to be. I'm taking it all the way as far as I can until there's no longer an edge to attach to. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut that off with the scissors. This is the A-pillar piece, and there are two in the package like there is of everything, and this only has the adhesive on one side of it, and the other side is just a rubber flap. We're pretty sure the adhesive goes, obviously the adhesive goes on the door, and the flap will stick out toward the car. So because we have all these hinges and mechanisms in the way, I need to thread it through first, making sure again that I've got it facing the correct direction. I'm just going to thread it through before I take any adhesive off to get it in the right spot. So it should attach just like that. And again, there's a little excess length. So maybe I will start at the bottom. Obviously, you're going to want to be very careful that there are no random people or animals around who might accidentally close the door on your fingers, because that would be bad. Just going to take it all the way up to that edge. Just do an extra firm press. Hopefully it's all on there nice and firm. Feels like it's on there. Right rear door, again, clearly labeled. Again, this has only one in it because there's only one right rear door. It's not in any degrees. This looks like about a, what, 270 degree or something. And this is actually a curve, but I guess this was the best they could do. I'm not sure about how that worked. It looks like it's going to go something like this. And then this will go over there. There's quite a bit of length on both sides, so it doesn't seem like you have to be exactly perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just do it right here. And we're just going to spray this down with alcohol like we did before. By the way, pro tip, you guys probably know this, but if you use adhesive and you don't wash your hands first, the oils on your hands tend to stick to the adhesive, and then you'll have a little piece of the adhesive that doesn't stick right because it's got oils all over it. So it's a good idea to wash your hands or use whatever you're using to clean your surface to just get the oils off of your hands so that doesn't happen. Here's our piece that we test fitted previously. Here's that kind of wide angle corner. I'm going to put it down at the bottom of the curve. There's no specific place that is exactly the corner because this is a curve, not a corner, but I'm just going to pick a place. And we have plenty of length on both sides, so it shouldn't be too finicky. Grab the tabs, pull, and just start sticking it. Again, this is a very pillowy kind of seal. It's got a lot of give to it, so you have to push pretty firmly to actually activate that adhesive and make sure it's stuck to the door. And I guess I'm gonna curve this and take it all the way up to here. Not sure if that is going to work the way I want it to or not, but I can't make too sharp of a curve, so this is what I did. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and you guys at home that know what you're doing can tell me if I did this wrong, which I probably did, but maybe it'll work anyway. And then we have to do the bottom, moving from the corner. I'm just feeling my way. You guys can see better than I can right now. If you see anything that looks wrong, if you at home are watching this next week and you can see me messing up, go ahead and just shout. I'm sure I'll hear you. Scissors, I'm gonna cut that off. I'm sure it's a bit sloppy, but again, I'm hoping that it won't matter too much. It's pretty close. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's pretty close, and I'm hoping it will be close enough. On to the frunk. We did a test fit. There's plenty of extra length. It appears to go right around the inside of not the trunk, the front cover, but the actual car here. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off and we'll get to sticking it. Now I'm just anticipating there's gonna be somebody at home that is really upset, thinking, don't spray alcohol on your paint. It's gonna hurt it, and it might, I don't know. This is just how I clean things that need to have tape put on them. If it's bad for my car, or bad for my husband's car, I'm sorry. Peel this backing off, like normal. And I'm gonna take it all the way up to this, there's a little rubber seal here. I'm gonna just put our new seal right up next to that, assuming that that's how it goes. Once again, this is quite pillowy, so I have to push pretty firmly to make sure that that tape is adhering firmly. I'm also trying to make sure that I'm not stretching it at all. I don't think this is really stretchy material, but you don't want to kind of yank on it. Oh, it does stretch a little. You can see how that's possible. I'm going to try to avoid stretching. Now this area right here where there's a little gap between these two pieces, I'm going to be especially careful not to stretch. I want to make sure that there's plenty of material there and there's no pressure on it at all. It's warm here today, y'all. It is November. It's the second week of November, and it is, what's the temperature?
72.
72. It feels warmer. It's probably warmer. Our sun is kind of sadistic. When you are in direct sunlight in Texas, it tends to be uncomfortably warm, even if otherwise the temperature is not that bad. Even on winter days when you're in direct sunlight, it can feel quite warm. Getting close to the edge. Again, I want to take it right up next to this little gasket or seal, whatever that is. I'm going to take it right up to the edge, and now I'm going to need my scissors. See if I can get this close enough. I want to get it just right and then cut it. Oh, guess what? It doesn't actually matter how close you get it because there's nothing to stick it to right there anyway. I don't know if you can see that. Look, there's nothing to stick it to there, so my precision was unnecessary. So if you look closely, you can see the seal kind of bubbling out. It doesn't look perfect. When the frunk was closed, the pressure was showing some of this adhesive. It was just pulling on it, so I'm gonna move it further down, all around the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it further down and at a little bit of an angle so that that adhesive is not visible even with pressure on it. See, we mentioned before that it is possible to take this adhesive off when it's fresh, so you don't have to be too anxious about getting it perfect the very first time you put it on. It seems like it works okay. Let's try it again. All right, so again, you can see it if you look. I am cleaning the trunk area. I had to check to make sure it was the trunk and not the frunk. In this case, now in the frunk, we put the new seal on the deck. On this one, we're putting it on the actual trunk lid. So the upper part rather than the lower part is where it's going now. And it's going to be tricky. There's a lot of corners, and the piece that they gave us does not have any corners already created in it. We're just going to have to kink it. That's the way we've seen other people do it in videos. So apparently that is how it is done. And it's going to be an adventure. This is symmetrical, like a tube. Again, very pillowy because it's hollow in the middle, but there isn't like a particular side that we need to have on the outside or the inside. We're just going to start it right here, right at the bottom. Move it right along the edge. All right, this is our first corner. Let's see if I can do it without causing a problem. There's our second corner. Got a curve here. Again, I'm going to try not to get it any closer to the edge than I have to because it will show when we close it. But there's just only so much room here. So again, I'm just taking it right around the corner here. Take it to this edge and it's going to go right up into the corner. And then around this edge. It's very, very curvy. It's a ziggity zaggity zoo. All right, this is where we're going to try to curve it around this bit here. And then curve it around that bit there. Here's another sharp turn. Again, I'm trying to twist it so that that adhesive won't be visible when we close it. All right, let's take our scissors, cut that guy off. Let's see if it works. You can see it if you look closely. It's in there.
So that's the installation of the passenger side doors, the frunk, and the trunk. What's left for us to do are the driver's side doors, which is going to be a repeat of what you saw on the other side. So after taking the car through the car wash, it's not completely watertight. We still got some water on the door sill, but it is less water than we had before. With the frunk, it's going to come in from the top anyway, because the car needs to breathe a little bit. But what do you think about the road noise?
It seemed like it was less. It really did. It seemed like it helped on that regard. Yeah, what do you think?
I think we just drove a section of road that I drive every day and it was noticeably quieter. So the seals, I think, did help with their intended purpose for doing a little bit of soundproofing. Once again, these seals are available from EVBase. The price is pretty low. And if you're interested in picking up a set for your car, the link is down in the description. And if you enter the promo code SPINNER, you can receive an additional 20% off of your purchase. Thanks for watching, everybody.